Hey y'all, Jen here from PepperHarrow. Today we're going to be talking about all of the seeds that we're going to have available in our online seed shop that opens up this Saturday at noon Central. There are so many wonderful seeds that are going to be available. We're going to go through all of the seeds today to give you guys all a little bit of a preview on some of the flower seeds that we're going to have available in our seed shop online. Join me and we're going to go through the list right now. Before we go through all of the different seed varieties, I wanted to show you all our different packaging this year. We're excited. We actually are using some black seed envelopes. We're using new labeling. And we're really happy with the outcome. I think they look really sharp, and I'm excited to ship all of these out. You guys all have to let me know what you think. Do you like the look of the black with the white? It leans back in towards our logo and our branding, and I just really think it looks super cool. For those of you who come and visit us on the farm, you can purchase these seed packets directly at the farm, or we will also have them at Farmers Market this year, as well as our little butterfly seed mixes, our hummingbird seed mixes, and some of our kits. What we like most about offering our seeds online is that all of the seeds that are going to be in our online shop are all of the seed varieties that we grow here at PepperHarrow. So when you buy the seeds from our shop, you're actually growing things that we're growing here at the farm. And I just think they're amazing, and they're really great bouquet makers. I think everyone's going to love them. The first seeds we're going to talk about that are going to be online in the shop are all of our Benary's giant zinnias. We absolutely love Benary's zinnias because they make a huge impact for a bouquet. It is an amazing focal flower. As long as you have tons of sun, full sun to be exact, you're going to be successful and thrive at growing these beautiful flowers. The colors I think that we have in our shop, I'll have to refresh my brain a little bit, but I think we have bright pink, orange, wine, lilac, and purple. We might have a couple other colors in there, but those are ones I know absolutely for sure. And you know, Adam and I absolutely love, especially to pair together the bright pink and orange together in bouquets. It looks super sharp and really pretty. Adam says it's like picking colors that look like candy, and those absolutely work for that. I'm not going to save the best for last, but we're going to talk a little bit about the PepperHarrow Solosias that we have bred here at PepperHarrow. It started about, I think at this point, it was about 7 years ago. Adam found this amazing spin-off of peach Solosia and found that there was this amazing variety that turned this really cool coppery color. And from there, Chester Copper Pot was born. Every year, Adam kept taking that one variety and he kept separating it off from the other Solosias that we grew here. Eventually, it turned into our Chester Copper Pot mix. If y'all know what that is, you have probably grown Chester Copper Pot before. It's a mix of different colors. So you'll get that beautiful coppery orange color. You'll get some other orange variations. You'll get some gold, you'll get some yellow, you'll get some hot pink, but mostly they're gonna lean in, oh, and you'll get a little bit of red. But mostly they're gonna lean in towards that coppery color, and it's pretty extraordinary. It's a color that you really can't find anywhere, and it has a unique shape and texture, which we think is just absolutely super cool, and you're gonna love growing it in the garden. Two other Solosias that Adam actually bred too. Another one is called Rainbow Sherbet, and the Rainbow Sherbet is like peachy orange with some raspberry shades in it. And usually with the Rainbow Sherbet, it like turns like half and half, which makes it really extraordinary. You're gonna see that like half of it, I don't know, it's like it can't make up its mind. Half will be like this magenta reddish color, and then the other half will be this really cool like orange creamsicle color, and super duper cool. People always love those like oddities in the garden, and that's one for sure that will do that. And then the final one that we have bred Solosia wise that's really unique and absolutely gorgeous, and for me personally as a floral designer, I love using this one in a bunch of different bouquets. I use it kind of as like a bridge color. It kind of blends with everything. I call it my blendy pen. But I really use it in a lot of weddings and events, and that color is Starlight. Starlight Solosia it ranges from like I guess kind of like a peachy. It's not exactly peach. It has kind of a peach undertone, but really it kind of leans more towards like a whitish color. It can be blush. It's kind of the range in between there, but that's what makes it kind of blendy pen, and it works exactly as like a good bridge flower in floral design. Absolutely stunning, and it's one like every single time I bring it to my local florist, they absolutely love it. So Starlight is one to absolutely grow in the garden too. Of course, we're partial. These are ones that we came up with. We bred them ourselves, and we love them. And we actually hope you guys love them as much as we do. We also have some Amaranthus, and okay, if you haven't grown Amaranthus, my pro tip is just to make sure you snip it when it's about 12 inches tall. Just top it off, make sure that it stays nice and dwarfed. If you don't do that, Amaranthus will get like, 10 to 12 feet tall, way beyond. Some people like that, like just because it's like extraordinary to see something growing that big. But I'm like, no, that's not for me. I like to keep it nice and short so that I can get in there and make sure that I have plenty to harvest and it doesn't get too crazy big. The other thing with letting it grow that big and tall is that the stem is like a tree trunk. If you kind of give it that top at like, maybe it's not exactly 12 inches, it might be like 18 to 24, but you'll get the point. Like it'll hit a point where you're like, okay, this is starting to get up there. Just trim the top off, give it a pinch, and that will promote branching, and that will make sure also it doesn't get too tall and that the stem doesn't get too chunky. What I love about Amaranth is it is an amazing addition to a bouquet. It's like adding greenery into a bouquet, but it just takes up so much space and like really pulls a bouquet together. The two different varieties of Amaranthus that we're going to include in the seed shop online will be Hot Biscuits, which is a like brownish color, and then Velvet Curtains, which is a beautiful burgundy color. Another thing I really love about Amaranthus is it makes a perfect plant dye. Cinnamon Basil is another one that we'll have in the lineup, and you guys might be like, so what, cinnamon basil? Cinnamon basil is is a greenery that we use at the end of season. The trick with cinnamon basil, you guys may or may not know this, you have to wait for it to start to go to seed before you do your harvesting. The other pro tip that we have with cinnamon basil is you absolutely have to make sure that you get it very early morning or very late at night. It resists the sun and the heat, and if you cut it beyond that, it's going to start to wilt. So just make sure that if you grow cinnamon basil, especially if you're using it for bouquet making, that you wait and harvest it, that you harvest it really early in the morning or late at night. This year, for the first time, we actually grew some specialty Coreopsis, and we did it for a special project. We can't announce what it was for yet, but we have some exciting news coming on that. But we grew some specialty Coreopsis this year, and we're adding that into our seed shop because we found that it was so easy to grow, so successful, and again, it put these like little sparkles into a bouquet. It looked absolutely gorgeous. So I loved Coreopsis. It is one that definitely benefits from being deadheaded. The more you can cut it, the more it's going to bloom and produce for you. But what I found was like, I did cultivate it in seed trays and I planted it out. But what I found is that it can be direct sown. It is such an easy seed to get started. I way overthought it. Like, yes, I wanted to have some control. I wanted to know what I was working with, but I thought it would be a little bit trickier to start from seed. And I mean, I was finding it in all these little rock crevices where the seed had blown off from some of the stems we had cut. That just showed me how tough and how worthy in the garden it is. And it is another one, Coreopsis, it is a perfect one to be able to include and use for botanical dyeing, which I absolutely love. Coreopsis is quickly turning into one of my favorite flowers to put into bouquets. It is a little bit of a pain in the you-know-what to harvest, but man, so worth it. A couple of the varieties that we have are Incredible Swirl and Roulette. There are a couple other varieties we liked. We just didn't get an opportunity to collect seed off of it. But next year, we'll be adding more to the lineup because we now know the varieties we love, and it'll be one that we put in the cut flower garden each and every year now. Okay, the next one is Cosmos, and I have quite a list. Hopefully I can remember them all for you today. Cosmos, Y'all probably know this. We had a feature in Better Homes and Gardens about cosmos and growing cosmos on the farm. Typically, we grow about an acre of cosmos, and those are usually wildflower, but we also have some specialty cultivars that we grow here at PepperHarrow. And the few that we grow and that we're going to be putting in our seed shop are Double Dutch White and Double Dutch Rose. They're kind of the same shape. They're double bloomers, really fluffy and gorgeous. I say they look like little snowballs. I like extraordinary cosmos like that really stand out. They're absolutely gorgeous. So those are two of our favorites. We're also putting in Double Click Bicolor Cranberry? Bicolor Violet. If you saw our video about when to harvest cosmos here on YouTube, maybe Adam can put a link to that. We have a video about how to harvest cosmos, but that bicolor violet is in that video, and everyone was like, I'm growing those cosmos because they're absolutely gorgeous. They're an incredible color and very popular. And again, cosmos, guys, they're great for botanical dyeing. They made such cool colors when we went to do our botanical bundle dyeing. So keep that in mind, like any flowers that you can grow to not only use for bouquets, but other purposes. Yes, for the win, 100%. We also have veluti, and veluti is like super cool. Everybody comes here to the farm for U-cut events, and that's the first thing our guests always go for are the veluti cosmos. And then the last one is Versailles, and Versailles cosmos, they're just so prolific. Like, they're the ones when I get called each week to produce 400 stems of cosmos for my local florist. That's where I go first because they're always blooming, they're always doing their thing. They're amazing. If you all bought our seeds last year, you'll know that straw flower is in the lineup, and straw flower is one of my personal favorites. I love the textural element of it, just feels like straw. I want to play with them all day. I use them for a ton of crafts. I put them in glass bulbs to sell at Christmas time. They're perfect. And the three colors that we have that will be available are Wedding White, Blushing Bride, and Mandarin King, which is an orange. And I really just kept it simple, just straight down to these three colors, because I think that white, the Blushing Bride with just a little bit of blush color, kind of a pinky blush, and the orange, all of them are perfect in bouquets or to be hung upside down and dried and used for crafts like I was talking about. So straw flower, definitely check it out. Sunflowers. We grow a ton of sunflowers here at PepperHarrow. I love the sunflowers we grow. We keep it very simple. We stick to Vincent's Choice and Vincent's Fresh. Both are incredibly popular. They're pollenless, so they don't get all over the place. The stems stay nice and thin. They're easy to work with and use in bouquets. Like, they are winners in our garden. We use them for bouquets all season long, and you guys are gonna love them. So snag some sunflowers from the online shop. Do y'all love sunflowers as much as we do? Comment below. Salvia is another beautiful flower seed that will be available in our online seed shop. Some salvias that can be cultivated have a little bit of a weird smell. The seed that we have available online is Blue Better. Blue Better is an annual salvia, and it really just does not have a horrible fragrance. What I love most about Salvia Blue Better is its extraordinary color. It just adds this incredible pop of color into a bouquet. Gomphrena is another flower that we grow, and the seeds will be available in our online shop. We're limiting our Gomphrena to just one variety because this is the variety that we took and we put and made our dried flower wall with, and that's Audrey Bicolor Rose. Whoa. It is one of my favorite flowers that I grow just because of the extraordinary color. So it has this really cool rosy tone, and then on the very tip, it has just kind of like a little bit of a white tinge. It is so cool. I hope you guys like Gomphrena as much as we do. We'll show our little dried flower wall here to kind of inspire you and to show you what you could do to like craft and make something really cool with the Gomphrena that you grow. Another zinnia that we're offering in our online seed shop this year is Yoga Salmon. And this is one that we just completely went crazy with last year. We had half an acre of yoga salmon zinnias growing, and it was absolutely incredible. The butterflies loved them. Everybody who came to our farm for U-Cut loved them. It was the first place people went to. People absolutely loved that salmon peachy color, and it was incredibly popular. And as you all know, it's the Pantone color of the year this year, so you want to double down and get as many as you can in the seed shop of this one for sure. There will be a couple extra surprises that I haven't mentioned here, so prepare yourself for that. Don't be like, oh, Jen didn't mention that. That's okay. I like surprises. A lot of these flowers that we talked about today, you guys probably have seen them in our book, Small Farm, Big Dreams. A lot of the pictures of a lot of these seeds are in here, and we also mention our top 10 easiest cut flowers to grow, which is in here as well. I hope y'all like today's video of the seed preview that we're gonna have in our online seed shop. If y'all like this video, give it a like, and while you're at it, subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for joining today, and happy growing.